Good morning, Manayunk.
And welcome back to another episode of Manayunk Mornings.
We've got a great episode in store for you this week. We've got Noah from Venice Island Performing Arts Center joining us on the couch.
Yep, and then Meg will be heading down to the locks at Sona for this episode's store tour.
And Dillinger's not going to be doing anything this week. Instead, we have a special segment on the hidden gems of Manayunk to show you guys. But first up, the Manayunk Morning Minute.
Get your Labor Day started off right with the 2000s Pop Flow. The highly anticipated return of the Great Wiener Race will be at Pretzel Park Wednesday, September 4th from 5 to 8 p.m. Looking for a quiet Wednesday night? Stop by the Spiral Bookcase for their 4th book swap from 7 to 9 p.m. From September 6th through 7th, Acadelphia will be performing 3 concerts featuring songs from a variety of genres. Awakenings Pole Dance Fitness has a one-day workshop for beginner and intermediate hula hoopers. Welcome to a new school year at Northlake Community Center as they host a family-friendly carnival. Busy parents can head to Action Karate on September 10th for a seminar on how to stay healthy.
Looking for something fun to do this winter season? Manayunk Sport and Social Club Leagues are a great way to meet new people or become closer to your friends and family. Unity Yoga is partnering with Transformation Yoga Project to offer all September recovery yoga classes in a donation-based format. Come party at the pet-friendly dog bakery from 1 to 2 p.m. Discover the flavor-packed world of dumplings with a workshop at Bourbon Blue. Be sure to stop by Pretzel Park as the pop-up beer garden will be there from September 18th to the 22nd. Add a little groove to your Thursdays with Vinyl Night at Baldbirds. Main Street Music presents the Long Riders at the Locks at Sona. Celebrate the fall season at Manifest on Saturday, September 21st. I know I'll be there. Lots to do in Manayunk as always, and now joining us on the couch, Noah from Venice Island Performing Arts Center. Noah, come on down.
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Today.
Pleasure.
We'll slide on down for you, make some room.
All right, thank you. Glad to be here.
Yeah, we're glad to have you today. So Noah, before we talk about more what's happening down at the Venice Island Performing Arts Center, tell us a little more about your background and how you got into theater.
I grew up in the Center City area and then had just been taking theater classes, had the theater bug, the ASA, for as long as I can remember. And then shortly after graduate school, it was kind of that desire to be a little bit more focused on one thing in one place that brought me to Venice Island.
So anything you can kind of fill us in on that might be changing or coming up new, with all the production that you'll be doing over there?
Sure.
Tell us what we can expect, yeah.
As a rec center, a lot of what we have been doing in the past has been what we call rec rentals. Other recreation centers are going to come and use our space, or have been coming to use our space. However, for the first time, I'm going to be booking things into Venice Island, which I think the community is going to get really excited about.
What kind of acts do you see coming into the space in the near future, and what kind of acts does the business and residential community see coming into the space?
Everyone's super excited about comedy. So Comedy Sports, I think, is a great 2020 kickoff event. A film series is something that's accessible, it's something that's relatable. It's something that I think people would be okay leaving the restaurants at 7:30 or their homes at 7:30.
Getting out of the house.
And getting out of the house to come share a film event together. And the other thing that I'm really excited about for the coming year is music. It feels like we have a distinctly Philadelphian vibe here around this area, which I love as a lifelong Philadelphian. And I do want to show off local talent, local community members in a way that is also guaranteeing professional quality entertainment for those who come to Venice Island.
So do you guys have any other upcoming plans to get more people through the doors?
So we are going to be opening up our doors this coming September 21st for Manifest, the fall festival sponsored by NDC. Venice Island will be having an open house from 12 to 2 p.m. in which we're going to have a magician, a magician from Center City, a guy named Fred Siegel. He's going to be there along with Awakenings Dance and Fitness Studio, which is right here in Main Street. They work out of Sweat Fitness. They're going to be doing a demonstration of pole and aerial dance performance and techniques. People can venture off of Main Street, can come and see some of that, see what we have to offer. There's also going to be a popcorn machine.
And where can people go for more information about upcoming events and things like that?
Great. All of our events are on our website, which is www.veniceisland.org. They can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, things of that nature.
Well, thanks again for being here today, Noah. It's so great to hear what you've got going down on Venice Island Performing Arts Center.
Thank you so much for having me. This was great. Thank you, Leo.
And now Meg's going to head over to the Locks at Sona for this week's store tour.
Thanks, Leo. I'm down here at the Locks at Sona with Jessie and Donal. Guys, thanks so much for having us today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The space is awesome. Where did the concept of the Locks at Sona come from?
I was the second owner of the Tin Angel in Old City. So we sold that in 2017, and we started to look for another space, another sit-down room in the Philadelphia area. And I happened upon this room, and I saw potential in it, and I spoke to Jessie and our other partners, and after a little bit of toing and froing, after some aesthetic changes, the Locks was born.
So what kind of acts can people find here in the fall?
We got a great lineup this fall. We have traditional listening room acts like Susan Werner, the Neilds, Dan Byrne. We're excited to get to work with Main Street Music, which of course is just right across the street. A lot of songwriters, a lot of some indie rock acts with the national parks.
So the atmosphere here, it's not really typical for a Manayunk music venue. What's the experience like?
I agree. It's not really that it's typical for a Manayunk music venue. It has a very broader, more downtown feel. We do have what we call our cabaret seating. We would like to think that it is almost as if you are seeing an act in your own living room, but if your living room had a pristine acoustic setup, that would be the kind of thing.
Obviously we have our Manifest festival coming up, and you guys have been a huge part of helping us execute this event because we have some live music, a main stage on Main Street. Can you give us a sneak peek of what's coming?
Yeah, we're really excited to have some of the acts that we're going to have coming in. The Great Time Band, who are one of XPN's favorite Philly local acts. We invited Castles of Ink, who are a band that we saw at another event that we produced. Joe Nolan, who is actually going to be here opening for the Long Riders on September 19th. Very excited to see Hannah Taylor and the Ricardo Lee Trio, who are one of my favorite rockabilly blues bands in Philadelphia.
And how has the community welcomed you?
I mean, obviously the working relationship with Sona couldn't be better, but you know, having Lucky's right here, and like we said, having Main Street Music right there, and there's a lot of great businesses in Manayunk, and there always have been.
So we're very lucky. We've been very lucky, and the Manayunk community really have welcomed us with open arms, which is fantastic.
So if anybody's curious about your schedule of upcoming music acts, they want to purchase tickets, where do they go?
thelocksmusic.com is our website, and that is actually how it would appear on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook.
Well guys, it's been so great getting a tour today. Thank you so much for having us. And we look forward to having you guys at Manifest too. I'll see you on the stage.
Looking forward to it.
And back to the couch.
That was a great store tour, Meg.
Yeah, it was. And what are you up to this week, Leo?
Probably nothing, just relax and watch some hidden gems of Manayunk.
Manayunk Bridge. You know you're in Manayunk when you come across the historic bridge. The Manayunk Bridge was built in 1918 by the Schuylkill Valley Division of the Pennsylvania Railroad to transport both passengers and freight to an area outside of Pottsville. It was built to replace a wrought iron truss bridge from 1884. Service north of Manayunk ended in 1976. But SEPTA took over the remaining line between Philadelphia and Manayunk, including the bridge, using it for service on its Sinwid line until 1986. Between 2008 and 2010, SEPTA removed the railroad tracks from the bridge to open the possibility of converting it into a pedestrian trail. Community groups and city organizations worked tirelessly to host cleanups to remove overgrown vegetation and trash, and walks to raise public awareness of their efforts. Commissioners of Lower Merion Township obtained leases for the Sinwid Trail and the Manayunk Bridge to construct the Sinwid Heritage Trail, which opened in 2011. The Manayunk Bridge we all know and love today opened in October of 2015. The bridge offers beautiful views of the Schuylkill River and many of Manayunk's landmarks, and it's ideal for walkers, runners, and bikers who want to spend an afternoon in the suburbs. Access to the bridge from Manayunk is located at DuPont and High Streets, where there is a limited amount of free parking. If you're on a bike, go up to Green Lane, turn left on Baker, then left on DuPont. You can also access it along the Sinwid Heritage Trail from the Montgomery County side. The bridge opens daily at 8 a.m. and closes at 9 p.m. from April to October and 6 p.m. from October till April.
Well, that's our show for today. Thanks again for joining us for another episode of Manayunk Mornings. As always, special thanks to Terry Leahy Films for producing this episode, The Isle for hosting us here on the couch, and all of our show sponsors. As always, I'm Caitlin.
I'm Leo.
And this is Noah from Venice Island Performing Arts Center, and we'll see you next time on Manayunk Mornings.